It should be right. Man, it's got my nephew in here because he's a Bengals fan too.
Really?
The new cast guy.
Oh yeah.
The light skinned guy.
Yeah.
He's a Bengals fan too.
Okay, cool. Well,
No one cares.
my best friend from high school, her husband went to OU with Joe Burrow. And,
Oh,
their
nice,
families, the parents are friends, really good family friends. I'm like, so when are we hanging out with Joe?
Glory best friend.
No.
We hang out with Joe.
We have best friends. I want to
Established.
hang out with Joe. Bring him around.
But it's good to be here, man. They're probably looking like this is not the studio.
All right.
No, it's not the
Yeah, you
studio.
see where we at. If you can't read, where we at?
We're at the Pierson.
Established in 2015. It's official.
We got married on Friday.
Oh, nice.
March 14th, 31415. That's my anniversary.
Man, it's cool, man. Like, I'm sitting here, man. I haven't seen kidding for some long time.
Read something that's not a snowman.
Yeah. Y'all want to know
That's not my
snowman?
snowman. Not my snowman.
Well, man, we got a powerful interview coming up, man. Y'all not ready for this corner pocket. We're going to a different level today. I think you're going to be blessed. I think you're going to be inspired. I think you're going to be encouraged. And you're going to see things in a different light. We are actually stepping in a new dimension, man. This is something we've never done before. And I can't wait, bro.
Well, we're going to see y'all in 3, 2, 1. Peace.
Yo, hit that like button that's right there. That like button. Hit it right there. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Peek!
Oh, do I need to meditate?
Oh, man, you know.
Namaste.
Yeah, you be.
I got him.
How you doing?
I'm here.
What's up, bro?
What's going on? How you doing, man? Yes,
always good to see you.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? All right.
Hi, Amber. We gotta do this first.
What's this? Oh, okay. Okay.
It's just with the music. I feel like
Do this first.
y'all got Legos.
Yeah, in the basement we do. Of course we got Legos in this house.
Yeah, like
Oh my God. It almost remind me like a little Blue's Clues type thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our handy dandy.
And
No, right.
Yeah, man.
It's a fun house, man. You know, it's not like Blue's Clues. And on TV right now, watch Mickey Mouse Fun
Mickey
House.
Mouse Fun
man.
House.
So, fun house, man.
It's a great time here.
Yes,
I
man.
like it, man. Like, so,
We got the young
Hey,
kids
D.
always.
I know me, I know you.
Yeah.
Chilling with Steve and watching Blue Clues.
Oh,
I know me,
hey.
I know you.
Hey.
Chilling with Steve and watching Blue Clues.
And I'm wearing blue.
I see you.
I'm wearing blue.
And I see you.
I'm wearing blue.
I see you.
I'm wearing blue.
I'm black, wearing black. I see Steve watching Blue's Clues. I see Steve you watching Blue Clues.
Yes.
I see Steve you watching Blue's Clues.
Yes.
I'm here for
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And you're wearing blue.
I'm wearing blue.
I see you wearing blue.
I'm wearing blue.
I see you wearing blue.
I'm wearing blue.
I see you wearing
I'm
blue.
wearing blue. 1, 2, fit your sneeze, black shoes. Here go that 2 shoes. Boy, I'm wearing blue. And what you gonna do? At the fun house. Man, we're doing whatever we talking about. And it's B. And we represent DCB. Hey! Here we go. That's right. Doing the show at the Pierson's crib at their house. Man, what is you pulling up on talking about? Hey, you don't even know. I'm wearing blue. That's all I know is that, hey,
Steve Blue's Clues. Wearing blue. And I see you.
hey, Steve. That's right.
Wearing Blue's Clues.
Right.
Hey.
Hey, I'm wearing blue. Hey,
I'm wearing shoes.
Hey, I'm wearing blue. And Emma says, look down, said, it's one of my shoes. Hey. Happy CP. Yes, sir. Here's for you, man. What's up, man?
What is going on?
Okay. What
I
can
was
I say?
funny,
What can I say?
man. Hey, that song might be coming out real soon, you know what I mean? Like in the album.
I think it's on Spotify,
That's right,
Apple
man.
Music.
What in the world
Yes.
is going on the set of DCP? What is D? What happened?
Look at that. Like,
I don't
hey,
know.
man, my wife's a rapper. I didn't even know it, man. The heck you telling me?
But all the kids are over there like, what is happening in our kitchen?
Hey, D, we gonna sign Amber to DCP Records.
That's right.
DCP
I'm in.
Records.
I'm in. Sign me up.
Yes.
Yeah, we know, you seen this on the last show, my man from Chicago,
Mhm.
he's a producer and stuff, so,
Okay.
yeah, we gonna make a beats and everything, so yeah, you want
I'm
some
in.
tracks down, you definitely
Okay.
can, man.
Yeah,
you know,
I
that's
already told you I heard about back in the studio.
Yeah, hey, back in the studio, man. You feel me?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready to sign my record deal.
That's right, man, that's right.
Man, this is an exciting episode.
Hey, it is real quick, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, man. Share it to everybody, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, we keep going up, man. I think we got 267, I think.
Yeah.
Let's keep going up to 300. So let's get there, y'all.
Yeah, man. It's been about a good year, and we're still growing, and I'm loving it. And where can they find us, bro?
So I was right now watching us on YouTube for one, and then you know, what I'm
Yeah, I'm
saying,
on
like,
YouTube.
I mean, that's for one. If you don't know where to find this, how you watching it on YouTube? It's like, but you can find us on TikTok, The Corner Pocket, Facebook, The Corner Pocket, Instagram, underscore corner,
TikTok, I need
underscore
to-
corner pocket. You
Go
know,
find that.
that's right.
Yeah.
We on TikTok, on Twitter too. Corner Pocket, on Twitter.
Pretty much everywhere. You can find them
That's right.
everywhere.
Everywhere, man. And this was a very important interview. This has been a long time
Yeah.
coming. And I believe this is going to impact our lives and be a blessing today. So grab your family, man, gather around. This is going to be a really nice episode today. We're chilling here today. We have the Pierson Estate. Not telling you where that is. G14 classified. But we are in their penthouse.
Ain't it something that we all do getting G14 classified security clearances and stuff? Man, I just feel good to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It really does. I really appreciate it. I'm humbled
Yeah.
that people trust us in their homes, man. But
Absolutely.
it's just a blessing, man. So we're here with Amber Pierson on today. We're gonna do a little bit to get to know her.
That's me.
You already see she's a rapper already. You already seen that, so you know what I mean. Hey, dang, how you want? Dan wasn't ready for that, huh? Dan?
Yeah. No. Whatever. My husband's like, oh, I see that. Please turn her down. Turn her down.
Yeah, he's like, I'm used to this.
Pretty much.
He's like, I'm the calmer one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, y'all gonna meet Dan later, man. Cool. All right.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
man. Yeah, we're gonna touch on a little golfing and etiquette. That's
I need some work.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just kidding. Fighting words.
All right, Dan. I'm your team.
Sorry, off the gate. I'm sorry.
I know,
I had to ease in.
So Amber Pierson, tell us a little about you. Where are you from originally?
I am originally from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Born and bred. A little more east side, so I don't know if you like. I grew up in Reynoldsburg, then I was out further east in Granville, Ohio.
The
So
Granville
like-
Aces?
Yes, that's where I graduated from.
Oh,
Good old Blue
I know
Aces.
that. I know that.
Yes, and that's where my parents are still out in that area. And then I came back to the more central Ohio, Columbus area after my husband Danny and I were married. So from here, we lived in Cincinnati for a little bit. We were down in Cincy for a hot second.
Don't you start.
Who that thing gonna be
But yeah, back in Columbus now.
Oh man,
Mhm.
that's so. Granville Aces. Were you a cheerleader in Granville, or were you on a debate team or something like that?
I
Band?
was a cheerleader, of course.
Oh, how did I know that? How did I know that?
I mean, I don't just like fit the bill or anything.
Whoa,
Yep.
cheerleading. So, what else were you involved in school besides cheerleading?
Well, I mostly cheered. I did do band for a hot second too, but I was really not great at the flute. I tried. I only got like last chair, and so they were like, maybe you should just stick to cheerleading.
Hey, Dave, I noticed a G-rated shirt. Remember the one time at band camp? Never.
No! I didn't say. So yeah, I mostly cheered, and then I also coached cheerleading too.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely have a big cheer and gymnastics background. So I was going out there doing all the flips and stuff. You know.
You know, Key used to cheer too back in his high school. Yeah, he used to be doing the flips and stuff, and they would hold him. He'd be up there like, yay!
You think you still got it?
Yeah, he
I don't
used
think
to.
we did that in the hood. Not in the hood, bro. Now we're off.
He used to go on the fence and stuff, man. You know.
I don't even think I had grass, bro.
Jump in the fence.
Yeah. So.
That's his cheer move.
That's
I don't
right.
even think we had grass, bro. It was the hood.
Stop.
It was the hood. We had concrete. We used to
Concrete.
play football on the concrete.
Concrete Wonderland.
Yeah.
Oh
We
my
used to get
God.
tackled on concrete, bro.
Silly, man.
It was the hood. It was the hood. No cheerleading here in the hood.
No.
I don't think they could afford pom-poms. We might have used socks. I'm just teasing, bro. I'm just teasing. So cheerleading. So I see as well that you study English second language at the University of UC, where my daughter is a freshman. UC.
Yes.
How was
Yeah.
that experience? First of all, how was the college experience? And then second of all,
Yeah.
what is English second language?
Right. So I went to Capital University in Columbus for my
I saw
undergrad.
that.
Yeah. I got my degree in art education, so I thought I wanted to be an art teacher. And then I realized that there are not a lot of jobs in that, at least back in 2010 when I graduated. So when Danny and I started dating, I moved down to Cincinnati. He is a Bearcat, so he was
So
going to
you
UC.
stalked Danny.
No,
No,
actually.
Danny stalked you.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I was like, wait
I
a
knew
second.
I knew he had that look, bro. He had the
You know what? And I bet off when you went to the gym was. He come in there like, hey, look, hey, babe, do this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did he do this like?
Come here often.
Yeah.
You see me all the time. Be quiet.
I actually met him through my cousin. She went to UC too, and they were friends. And then we started dating. And then I went to UC to
Freshman
get.
year?
No, I was a graduate of Capital, and then I met him through my cousin. So he was still at UC in his 4th year, I think.
Okay.
And we just met through her. And then when we started dating, I went back to college at UC for my, endorsement in ESL, which is English second language. So I wanted to be able to teach English to students that came to the U.S. from other countries.
Oh, okay.
And English wasn't their first language. So when I got my first teaching job, I did some art, but I also did ESL. So I had kids I was high school, so Godspeed, I had to teach high school students. And I looked like a high schooler myself, even though I still kind of do.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so I taught for several years. I had kids from Nepal, Somalia, a lot of kids from just Spanish descent and would speak a lot of Spanish, and I would be there teaching them English.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of where that was. And I taught there for a couple years until I had my son.
Oh, okay. Sweet. So, you got your hand in a lot of things.
I do.
When I was looking up, I'm like,
I do.
wow, man, like, how do you have time to juggle a lot of things? Because you got a lot of things you gotta go through, man. Like,
I don't, but I also go. Like, I don't like to be don't get me wrong, I like to chill. But I like to stay busy, and I think it's easy when there's a lot of things you're passionate about to be able to add more to your plate because it's things you really care about.
Right.
So I had to I didn't have to, I chose to table teaching. Unfortunately, when we had our son Kai, he had a lot of medical complexities, and we knew about it right when he was born. And so going back to working like a 9-to-5 teaching job just wasn't really feasible anymore. I had to be home with him. I had to take him to appointments, therapies. So I knew I wanted to still work in some capacity, but it wasn't going to be teaching. So then it kind of had to be like, what else am I going to do that has the flexibility to be able to still be the main caretaker for my child? So yeah, just busy.
Yeah, Dee, you were saying she had her hands on a lot of things, and she seems very determined and very motivated. And you are the owner of Better Together Playnasium. I've never heard of that word. Is that a Playnasium?
Yeah,
First
exactly.
off, he's never heard that word. He makes up words. So for him to even say he never heard of a word, you
That's
shut your mouth. You put my nerves saying that. He ain't making up word. I told him, he's gonna try to question me. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. He does think.
I will say, We did create that word. I do believe we should like
And that word makes
TM.
sense.
Like,
But I can
Shut
say
your mouth. Shut up. Now, that word makes sense.
it's a gymnasium, but they play at it, so
Right,
play nasium
I got
instead of
that, man. That was
gymnasium.
dope, man. I got it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that was dope.
My mom and I opened it together. It's an indoor adaptive kids play gym. And it was all inspired by our son Kai. He was born with his multiple disabilities, like I said. So we wanted to create this place that all kids, whether they are typical functioning kids or other kids with disabilities on the autism spectrum, whatever it may be, can all come play together. That's why we named it Better Together.
Right.
And then it becomes like the normal, You get kids that can all interact with each other and they learn at a young age that being different is okay. And it becomes a new normal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Also, I saw that this is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own new YouTube show called Lemon Cake.
Yeah, we needed a new little jingle, so I'm thinking we're gonna have to come up
Man,
with
say you
that.
less, man.
He got you. He got you.
Yes.
The
He
beats
left
that
me now.
Yes, I love it.
yes,
I'm
the
here
beats
for it.
that y'all hear on
And
every
then-
show, he makes them.
Yeah, but then we say you got Sean too to make beats too. So
Yeah.
either way, man, we say, man.
Sign me up. Sign me
We got
up.
some beats for you.
Yeah.
Lemon Cake. So what does Lemon Cake consist of?
Lemon cake. Well, I don't bake, which is why this is hilarious.
Oh,
It's our
no.
YouTube channel name. So the funny thing is, my friend Chelsea, who we started together, I met her at the Planasium. She came and brought her daughter into play, and her daughter has some sort of, it's like a glucose, it is a genetic condition where her body doesn't process a certain amount of like glucose, so she has like a feeding tube and things like that. So, little different, and she wanted a space where her child was gonna feel accepted and welcomed, and she found us, met her, hit it off the bat, both had young kids, loved Jesus, wanted to have a good time, and we've become friends since then. And then we started talking about like a space like this. Like, people need to hear us have these conversations. Need to hear us talk about our kids and some of the challenges we face, but also finding joy in those challenges, right? And so Lemon Cake kind of just came up because we were like, lemon sour. And like, when you sometimes get a diagnosis from a kid, that's like really tough, right? Tough pill to swallow, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be a sour situation. How do you make it sweet? You make it lemon cake. And you get the sweet icing on it.
I love it.
Yeah, and then that way you're finding the best in your tough situation. And it started from our children, but it can apply to anything in life, right? You have a rough time, you're going to make the best of it, you got to make lemon cake.
Hey, that's a move right there. I like
Right.
that.
And it's so funny, it kind of just fell into our laps, it was like one of those God moments where it's just kind of like, wow, this makes sense, wow. And then it just all fell in place.
Right.
So, we're gamers, right? And you like, man, NHL hockey. I like NBA 2K.
Right.
A little bit of mine and PGA Tour often on PlayStation.
That's Kai.
But I seen that one of your loves is two of these things. One, Angry Birds. I don't know how you play a game that's angry, but you seem happy. And two, Guitar Hero. Oh man,
You a Guitar Hero?
you love to play Guitar Hero.
We did. Do you remember back in the day?
They had the whole band set up with the drums and all
We
that.
play Guitar Hero so much.
All
the
Me
time.
too, man.
I love it.
I know. Man, they got to bring this up.
Well, like, if you're really talking true gamer, I mean, that's my husband. That's
Oh, he
not the
died.
extent of mine.
You still a gamer?
Well, if he wishes,
Dang, you gotta come
wishes.
back.
Hey, but
It's called young children, okay? You don't have time for that anymore.
yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, I was just talking about Guitar Hero when I was a kid, man. Like, man, we used to get it in, man. Like,
I remember, like, we would have competitions.
Mm-hmm.
We would really go in on Guitar Hero. I was trying to, what was the song I was trying to master?
There's so many songs on there. Smashing Pumpkins, Paramore.
there was one song came on the radio. Me and my friend Tyler one day.
Yeah.
I was like, Guitar Hero. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's coming back to me.
yeah.
Man.
No, it's a good time.
It was like Def Leppard or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually,
like-
I think it might have been one of the ones that
Yeah,
I
man.
Yep. And I was like, I'm going to be the best at this.
Yeah.
It's probably shows I know all this stuff. Also,
I know, he's
I like to watch
freaking.
Love and Hip Hop, bro. I used to like. Steve O, Sneeze O, stuff like that. You ready to show? But the voice and the OC.
OC.
The OC is that? Can you explain what is the
Well,
OC?
Yeah, it's Orange County. That's what it is.
So it come on MTV
No, it was. What did it air on back in the day?
or VH1 or something like that.
No, it's literally it follows.
No.
The OC. Why does that sound familiar?
CW.
CW.
CW. That's what it was.
There it is.
Because it was real big when I was a freshman in college, and it was like the it show at the time, and it followed these like young kids that were in high school in Orange County.
I used to watch Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach is a good one too, yeah. But like my all-time is Friends. Like you catch me quoting Friends constantly. That's my go-to show. Like,
is Phoebe your favorite character?
actually, I do love Phoebe because she's like quirky, you know, she's a little different. But no, I actually think my favorite is just Abby Rachel, which like that's so cliche because you know she was like the popular cheerleader. And, like,
kind of happy each other though.
Yeah. I'm red flattered, thank you.
So Lee, I see you on The Voice. The show is one of the judges on The Voice, and I see her rapping, and your little chair swings around. Take her right there. Yeah.
That's it. She's the one.
What about The Voice that you love? The Voice.
I mean, so Danny and I watch all the time. It's like our show we can watch together because we have very different tastes in TV, but that's like our one. And I just like.
I don't know what that means. Was that a punch at Danny? You just said that?
No, it's just, you know, I watch total reality TV. Some call it trash TV. I just think it's great because it's kind of mindless, and I don't. It's just as.
That's how with me. I love Tuesday TV.
Yeah.
I can lose on Tuesdays. My wife hates them.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right, some of them.
Yeah, just like she's into like crime stuff and documentaries. And
Right.
That's me.
I mean,
Fouls and all that. That's me.
Yeah, I do like that kind of stuff too. But see, Danny watches like he's really into SWAT right now, which is a good show. But like I'm usually doing other things, so that's a show you have to be like real focused on. And a lot of times I need like good background shows. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
So you're also here it is, part of Westerville Church Center.
Mm-hmm.
So Faith. Why is Faith important?
Well, how is it not important to me? Well, so can I tell you a short God story of how we got to Westerville Christian? Well, faith's important to me because, one, it's the relationship piece, right? Like, my faith has always been important to me. I've been brought up in it, and I just feel like I've always walked with God, and He's got my back this far, so He's gonna be with me the rest of the way, right? But it really came into play when Danny and I had Kai. We found out when I was 37 weeks pregnant that he had water on the brain, so it's called hydrocephalus. It was totally unexpected. So it was like really heartbreaking news, and I was super pregnant, and we got the news that like he may not ever walk, talk, be able to eat on his own. Like we weren't really sure. Honestly, we weren't even sure when he was born if he would survive after birth. So we had just started attending Westerville Christian Church, and I made Danny sign up to go volunteer for this like Night in Bethlehem event they do. They like turn the church into Bethlehem, and you walk around. People are actors, and you pretend like you're in Bethlehem. It's so cool. I didn't know that's what I was signing up for. So I made Danny go to the church, and we had to dress up like we were working in Bethlehem, and I'm like 8 months pregnant, and we meet this lady there. So nice. She served all of the volunteers dinner. That was like a couple nights prior. Then on Thursday, we got the news of Kai, and that weekend we had to wait because my C-section was scheduled on Monday morning. So we're stressing. We don't know what's going to happen, right? I'm at Kohl's frantically buying last-minute baby things, and I saw that lady, the one who fed us dinner. And I didn't tell her what the news we found out. I just asked for prayer. And my mom felt compelled to tell her as I walked away. She told her real briefly, like, they got a really bad diagnosis. We don't know what's going to happen. Can you just please spread the news to the church? We need all the prayer we can get. Well, this lady sprung into action. She, called the children's minister. She called the head minister. They all made a meal train for us. They came and decorated our house. And they were at the hospital on Monday when Kai was born. And we had only been attending this church for 2 months maybe. So they just really, really came in and held our hands and walked with us through it. thank God Kai came out crying, breathing on his own. Yes, we have lots of challenges. He has lots of struggles, but he was there and he was safe. And that faith family has been with us ever since. And we've never left Westerville Christian. They just wrapped us in love. They wrapped Kai in love. And it really showed just like the importance of community and having that faith family to get you through those like real tough times, you know?
Man, I hope that inspired y'all, encouraged y'all, man, because we're going to go deeper, and I want you to meet her other half, but y'all ain't going to find out that till part 2, man. And we just want y'all to introduce y'all to Amber, man.
Yeah, thanks.
And Danny is coming next, man. I'm excited about that one, bro. Hey, bro.
Okay.
He said,
okay. You know you can find this at, but where can they find you at?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Embracing Small Steps, every little step. Also, just Amber Pierson on Facebook, and soon I got a website coming, embracingsmallsteps.com.
You can also find her on Lemon Cake.
Lemon cake! I know
Lemon
that's so new.
cake.
It's literally so brand new. And a lemon cake.
Yeah, so this is your little jingle right here for lemon cake. Yeah. This ain't no jingle for a lemon cake. You're gonna make it go mingle. Yeah, you're going to shake like a shingle. When you watch lemon cake, it's like bingo.
Hey!
Oh, 73.
Hey, bingo, UCB on lemon cake. BCP on lemon cake. Lemon cake. Hey, BCP on lemon cake. Hey, see y'all part 2, man.
Yo, hit that like button that's right there. That like button. Hit it right there. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Beep.